Hey, so today was a really busy day. That's really all I've got. I should have grabbed my camera at some point, and I just didn't, and I apologize. But sometimes these things happen. Can I get a fucking tripod? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Much like the lyrics of some of my favorite songs come back to me randomly, sometimes the poems that I read, that I enjoy, will come back to me too. And tonight, one of the poems that I'm going to read just came streaming into my mind randomly. So if you don't like poetry, then you should probably turn this off, because that's really all this video is going to be. How's that? Is that good? My hair's not brushed. You're probably looking right up my nose, but that's all I got right now. Bear with me. Alright, one of the poems I'm going to have to read off my phone. It's called Isn't It Strange by R.L. Sharp, circa 1809. Side note, backstory, VH1 behind the music. My mom had this poem in a frame with like a fox. He was holding a hammer, I think. Anyway, it's just one that I remember reading a lot, and it kind of stuck with me since childhood. So there's a word in here that I'm gonna mispronounce. Apostrophe E-R-E. Air? Air is my guess, so don't judge me. Isn't it strange that princes and kings, and clowns that caper in sawdust rings, and common folk like you and me are builders for eternity? To each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless mass, and a book of rules, and each must make, ere time has flown, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The second one is by Lawrence Ferlinghetti from A Coney Island of the Mind, which Scott introduced me to at a very young age, and you can tell by the bent cover I carried around for quite some time. This is number 19. In woods where many rivers run, among the unbent hills and fields of our childhood, where ricks and rainbows mix in memory, although our fields were streets, I see again those myriad mornings rise, when every living thing casts its shadow in eternity, and all day long the light, like early morning with its sharp shadows, shadowing a paradise that I had hardly dreamed of, nor hardly knew to think. Of this unshaved day with its derisive rooks that rise above dry trees and caw and cry, and question every other spring and thing. Now this was the Bible for me for quite some time. I saved up money to buy it. I think it was about 20 bucks, which was big for me when I was younger. I've spilled Diet Coke on it. There's like pages of Diet Coke spills. It's earmarked to shit, and my favorite ones have little stars next to them. I really think that Robert Frost is great. The fucking classics, The Road Not Taken and whatnot, but he has so many other great poems. Actually, there's a note in here that says, this book is the Bible of poetry. What the fuck is it? Jesus H. You're telling me this shit can't be alphabetical, by the way. A Line Storm Song by Robert Frost. The line storm clouds fly tattered and swift, the road is forlorn all day, where a myriad snowy quartz stones lift and the hoofprints vanish away. The roadside flowers, too wet for the bee, expend their bloom in vain. Come over the hills and far with me, and be my love in the rain. The birds have less to say for themselves in the wood world's torn despair than now these numberless years, the elves, although they are no less there. All song of the woods is crushed like some wild, easily shattered rose. Come, be my love in the wet woods, come, where the boughs rain when it blows. There is the gale to urge behind, and brute are singing down, and the shallow waters aflutter with wind from which to gather your gown. What matter if we go clear to the west, and come not through dry shod? For wilding broots shall wet your breast, the rain-fresh goldenrod. Oh, never this whelming east wind swells, but it seems like the sea's return to the ancient lands where it left the shells before the age of the fern. And it seems like the time when, after doubt, our love came back amain. Oh, come forth into the storm and rout, and be my love in the rain. So that's it. Those are 3 of some of my favorite poems. Sorry for the kind of boring, not funny vlog. Hopefully I'll return tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna go drink a beer. Coincidentally, I'm wearing my haiku shirt. What?